All right, welcome back, everybody, to the deep dive. We're back with another deep dive, another
Exploration.
exploration. Thank you.
Touchdown.
Exactly. And today we are talking about Odoo.
Ooh, yes.
Yeah, a very powerful business management software platform that a lot of people use. I mean, a lot of our listeners probably use it. And so today we are going to
Dive deep.
exactly, into some tips and tricks to use it even more efficiently.
Yes.
And so we are working from a source called Mastering Odoo: Key Tips and Tricks for Optimal Use.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a great piece, and as many of you know who are familiar with Odoo, the whole idea is to make your life easier,
Right.
and to be able to do more with less.
Yeah, I think Odoo really focuses on the user experience. Like it's very, very user friendly, even though it's very powerful.
Yeah.
So you can get a lot done.
Yeah.
And it's very intuitive to use.
Yeah, exactly. So we want to unlock that power. I mean, that's really the goal of today.
Right.
Is everybody out there, who's using Odoo,
Yeah.
I mean, you're busy, right?
Right.
I mean, you're running your business, you're doing all these different things, and there are all these little ways to save even more time,
Right.
to optimize, to really unlock some of the features that are built right in that you might not know about.
Yep.
So, well, I'm excited to get into this, and let's dive in with. I love this. The article starts with some browser stuff, which I think is great.
Yes. So the first thing is a browser extension called the Odoo Debug Mode extension. And this lets you activate developer tools.
Okay.
Which sounds a little scary. And
Sounds a little intimidating.
it does,
Yeah.
but it's very, very helpful for troubleshooting.
Right.
Or just for curious people who want to see how things work.
Absolutely. Yeah. No, there's a lot to be said for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the next thing is also a browser extension called the Odoo Utility Box, which is very, very handy.
Okay.
So it gives you quick links
Okay.
to the database, the forums, and the
Okay.
support.
Good.
So it's all like in one place, right at your fingertips.
I love it when platforms do that, right? It's like they're like really thinking about like what would the user actually need to access quickly,
Right.
right? And it's all there for you. It's great.
Yep.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah. Another tip for your browser, it's not really a browser extension or anything. It's just like a regular browser thing. But to learn how to use your keyboard shortcuts, especially for tabs. So like, Control-T for new tab, Control-W to close the tab, Control-Shift-T to reopen the last tab you closed. These things are super helpful when you're going through a lot of tabs.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, you can really get bogged down if you're not using keyboard shortcuts in pretty much everything you do.
Right.
Yeah. No, that's great. But, let's get into, I think one of the most important things is navigating in Odoo.
Right.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because there's so much there, right?
Yes, there is a lot there. So one of the things that you can do is actually use the URL to your advantage. So like if you have a record open and it's got like, it's like odoo.com/level web, blah, 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 AD equals, 1234.
Yeah.
That ID
Right.
can help you find that record again really easily.
Right. That's good to know. Yeah.
Yeah. And also breadcrumbs are very helpful.
Yes.
So as you're navigating through Odoo, you'll notice at the top there are like these little links.
Right.
Those are breadcrumbs, and they allow you to go back in your steps super easily.
No, they're a lifesaver, right? I mean, it's so much easier than having to like click back, right?
Exactly. Yeah. Another navigation tip is to use the command palette. So the command palette, you activate it using, I think it's Control-K or Command-K if you're on a Mac.
Okay.
And it gives you like this search bar where you can just start typing like what you want to do, like create a new task or open this report.
Wow.
And you can just do it right there in the command palette.
Oh, wow. That's amazing. Okay, I'm definitely going to start using that one.
Yeah, that's a great one.
Yeah, because I mean, it's like we were saying, with all this data in Odoo, it's really all about finding things quickly. Right?
Exactly.
And that's why I love, the search and filter features in Odoo are so powerful.
Right.
Right. So I mean, like a real simple thing is if you want to search for something, specifically like an exact phrase or a name or something, you just put it in quotes, right?
Yeah.
And that's a, that's a real basic thing. But then,
Yeah.
like if you don't know the spelling of something or you're just kind of doing a general search, you can use the %sign, right?
Yeah.
As like a wildcard character. So it's really amazing how you can get so granular with your searches.
Yeah, and you can save custom filters.
Yes.
So if you find yourself constantly searching for like all contacts in a certain country,
right,
you can just save a filter that does that, and then you can reuse it whenever you want.
Right. Yeah. No, that's essential.
Right? It is. Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, we don't want to. The whole point of this is not to spend all day searching through stuff.
Right.
Yeah. But there's some other great things too, like the chatter search bar. Right?
Yes.
I mean, for those of you who are, collaborating with your team inside of Odoo, you can actually search the chatter,
right.
Which is fantastic because, if you're having like ongoing conversations, you don't have to scroll back up forever.
Right.
You can just search it.
Yep.
And then, one thing I love is the, Odoo has these rebranded tracebacks, right?
Yes.
Which are basically like, before when you'd get an error message, it would just be like a bunch of
code.
Yeah, like code, like who knows? I mean, only a developer could figure out what that error message was. But now they actually make the error messages readable by normal people.
Right.
Which is I mean, that's a huge.
Yeah, they're much more human readable.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, even just the improved print view, right?
Yes.
I mean, like, Odoo, they realize that people are still printing things, right?
Yeah.
And so the print view is much better.
Yeah, you can read it more easily, and it prints nicely as well.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But speaking of like really cool Odoo features, there's one that's like my favorite.
Okay, what is it?
It's called Knowledge Fetch.
Knowledge Fetch.
Yes. So like imagine you're working on like a sales order.
Right.
And you need to add in your standard terms and conditions.
Right.
With Knowledge Fetch, you can pull in pre-approved templates from your Knowledge app right into the form that you're working on.
Okay.
So it saves so much time because you're not copying and pasting. You're not typing it out from scratch.
Right.
It just like automatically populates it for you.
So that's great for like, time saving, but also for like accuracy.
Exactly.
And consistency.
It keeps everything consistent. Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's great. So those are all like really fantastic, like efficiency hacks.
Right.
But the source also gets into like some like power moves, right?
Yeah.
Like some more advanced stuff.
Yeah. So one thing is called mass edit, which allows you to edit multiple records at the same time.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So like if you need to update like 100 customer records, with new contact info, you can do that in minutes.
Oh, that's incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean that would take forever.
Hours.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then there's also relative filters, which are like dynamic filters.
Okay.
So like instead of just having like, a static filter, you can have filters that say today, last 7 days, next month.
Right.
And they'll always be up to date.
Right. So it's basically like a relative time reference.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
Okay, so I mean, wow, that's a lot of great stuff that we've covered today. I mean, you can really go from, just a basic user to like a power user in Odoo. With all these different tips and tricks, is there anything else like, big picture wise that we should be thinking about when it comes to maximizing Odoo?
Yeah, I mean, I think the biggest thing is to explore the Odoo app ecosystem.
Okay.
Because there are like tons of different apps for like every industry you can think of.
Right.
So like if you're in manufacturing, there's like apps for that. If you're in retail, there's apps for that.
Right.
So you can really like tailor Odoo to your specific needs.
Wow. Yeah. So I mean, it's really like, it's not just like one size fits all, right?
Right.
You can really make it work for you.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that is fantastic. I mean, I feel like I've learned a lot today, and I hope our listeners have as well. And we encourage you to go out there and really get the most out of Odoo, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's really what we're all about.
Yeah.
Is working smarter, not harder, and Odoo is a great platform for doing that. So, thank you so much for joining us today on this deep dive into Odoo, and we will see you next time for more.
Sounds good.
All right, thanks.
Thanks. Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.